Have you ever felt like you understand English when you watch videos, but when it's time to speak, your mind suddenly goes blank?
Oh, yes. That happens to me all the time. I can understand a lot, but speaking is a different story.
You're definitely not alone. A lot of English learners think they need to study more grammar or memorize longer vocabulary lists. But today, we're going to talk about something different.
I already like the sound of that. What's the secret?
The secret is that improving your English doesn't always mean sitting at a desk with a textbook. You can make progress while living your normal life.
Really? That almost sounds too good to be true.
It does, doesn't it? But think about how children learn their first language. They listen, they notice patterns, they copy people, and they use the language every day.
They don't spend hours studying grammar books.
Exactly. Of course, adults learn differently, but we can still borrow some of those habits.
So today's message is not stop studying. It's more like learn in smarter ways.
That's exactly it. Studying has its place, but many learners only study. They don't let English become part of their daily routine.
I think I know that feeling. I might study for an hour, but after that, I spend the rest of the day using my first language.
That's very common. Imagine if English only existed for 1 hour every evening. It's hard for your brain to make it feel natural.
So, how can we change that?
Let's start with something simple. Listen to English while you're doing other things.
Like while I'm cooking?
Perfect. Or when you're cleaning your room, walking outside, exercising, or riding the bus.
But what if I don't understand everything?
That's completely okay. You don't need to understand every single word. Your goal is to become familiar with the rhythm, the sounds, and common expressions.
That's actually a relief. Sometimes I stop listening because I miss one sentence.
Instead of stopping, keep going. Native speakers don't expect you to understand everything immediately.
That reminds me of something. Last week, I listened to an English podcast while making dinner. At first, I felt lost, but after about 10 minutes, I noticed I was following the conversation much better.
That's a great example. Your brain needs a little time to adjust.
It's almost like warming up before exercising.
Exactly. Language works the same way.
I like that comparison.
Here's another habit that doesn't feel like studying. Change the language on your phone.
I've heard that advice before, but honestly, I was nervous
Why?
because I thought I wouldn't know how to use my phone anymore.
That's a common worry, but you'll probably recognize most of the icons anyway, and every time you unlock your phone, you'll see useful English words.
Words like settings, battery, notifications, and messages.
Exactly. Those are words you'll see dozens of times every day.
That's much better than trying to memorize a long vocabulary list all at once.
Right, you're learning naturally through repetition.
And you don't even need extra study time.
Exactly. That's why today's topic is so powerful. Small habits repeated every day often beat one long study session each week.
I think many learners underestimate how much those little moments matter.
They really do. Even 5 minutes here and there can make a difference over time.
Can we give our listeners something practical to practice right now?
Absolutely. Let's do a short shadowing practice with some useful sentences.
Listen carefully.
I listen to English every day.
Your turn.
English is part of my daily routine.
Now you try.
I don't need to understand every word.
Your turn.
Small habits make a big difference.
Say it again.
I practice English while doing other things.
Your turn.
Excellent. Those are simple sentences, but they're useful in real life.
And they're easy enough to remember without feeling overwhelmed.
Exactly. Speaking of daily habits, there's another surprisingly powerful technique that almost every successful English learner uses without realizing it. You said there's another technique that successful English learners use without even thinking about it? Now I'm curious.
It's something very simple. They talk to themselves.
Really? That sounds a little funny.
It might sound funny at first, but it's one of the best ways to practice speaking when no one is around.
So you mean I can practice English even if I don't have a speaking partner?
Exactly. In fact, you probably already talk to yourself in your first language. Maybe you're planning your day or thinking about what you need to buy at the store.
That's true. Sometimes I even answer my own questions.
You're not the only one. Now, imagine doing some of that in English.
I think I'd run out of words pretty quickly.
That's perfectly normal. The goal isn't to give a long speech. Start with very short sentences.
Like what?
Imagine you're making breakfast. You can say, I'm making coffee. I need 2 eggs. The toast is ready.
Oh, that's much easier than trying to talk about a difficult topic.
Exactly. You're describing your real life, so you already know what you want to say.
I like that because it feels natural.
That's the key. English should become part of your daily activities instead of something you only practice during study time.
I actually tried something similar once. I was driving to work and I started describing everything I could see.
Really? How did it go?
At first, I kept stopping because I didn't know every word. Then I realized I didn't need perfect vocabulary.
That's an important lesson.
Instead of saying, I don't know the word for that building, I said, there's a tall building next to the road.
Excellent. You used words you already knew.
I guess that's better than staying silent.
Definitely. Fluency grows when you use the words you have instead of waiting until your vocabulary is perfect.
I think many learners forget that.
They do. They often believe they need thousands of words before they can speak confidently.
But real conversations usually use common vocabulary.
Exactly. Simple English is powerful English.
Can we do a quick role play?
Sure, let's imagine you're getting ready for work.
Okay, I'll try. What are you doing this morning?
I'm making breakfast.
Great. What are you eating?
I'm eating toast and fruit.
Nice. What's next?
I'm packing my bag.
And after that?
I'm leaving for work.
See, that was completely natural.
It actually felt easier than I expected.
Because you were talking about your own life.
I didn't need difficult grammar or fancy vocabulary.
Exactly.
Here's another question. What if I make mistakes while talking to myself?
That's okay. No one is judging you.
That's probably the biggest advantage.
Absolutely. You can slow down, repeat a sentence, or try another way to say something.
It feels like a safe place to practice.
That's exactly what it is.
I think confidence grows when you remove the fear of making mistakes.
Very true. Confidence doesn't appear first. Practice comes first, and confidence follows.
I like that idea.
Let's learn another useful expression.
I'm ready.
The expression is get used to.
I've heard it before, but I'm not completely sure how to use it.
Get used to means something becomes normal or familiar.
Can you give me an example?
Of course, I'm getting used to speaking English every morning.
So, after enough practice, speaking English feels more natural.
Exactly.
Could I say I'm getting used to listening to English podcasts?
Perfect. That's a great example.
I think I'll use that one often.
Let's practice together.
Listen carefully.
I'm getting used to speaking English.
Your turn.
I describe my day in English.
Now you try.
Simple words are enough.
Your turn.
Practice builds confidence.
Say it again.
I speak English every day.
Your turn.
Wonderful. Remember, your goal isn't to sound perfect. Your goal is to become comfortable using English little by little.
And the best part is that these habits don't require extra study time.
Exactly. You're simply changing small parts of your daily routine.
But there is another habit that many learners completely ignore, and it could improve both listening and speaking.
You said there's another habit that improves listening and speaking at the same time? Now I really want to know what it is.
It's called noticing instead of memorizing.
What does that mean?
Many learners hear a new word and immediately try to memorize it, but fluent speakers often notice how words are used together.
So instead of learning one word, I learn a whole expression.
Exactly. Let's take the word busy. You could memorize the word by itself, or you could notice phrases like, I'm busy today. It's been a busy week. Or, sorry, I'm a little busy right now.
I see the difference. Those expressions are ready to use.
That's right. When you learn English in chunks instead of single words, speaking becomes much easier.
I think I've made that mistake before. Which one?
I had a notebook full of vocabulary, hundreds of words, but when someone asked me a simple question, I couldn't answer naturally.
That's because conversation isn't just about vocabulary, it's about patterns.
Patterns.
Yes, English speakers often use the same groups of words again and again.
Like, what do you think?
Exactly. Or, that sounds great.
I'm not sure yet.
Perfect.
It depends.
Another excellent example.
Those are expressions I hear all the time.
And that's why you should notice them whenever you're watching a video, listening to a podcast, or reading something simple.
So instead of writing down every unknown word, I should write down useful phrases.
That's a much better strategy for speaking.
I like that because it's practical.
Let me give you a small example.
Go ahead.
Imagine you hear someone say, "I'm looking forward to the weekend."
I know that expression.
Great. Don't just remember forward, learn the whole phrase. I'm looking forward to.
Then I can say, I'm looking forward to my vacation.
Exactly.
Or I'm looking forward to seeing my friends.
Perfect.
That's much more useful than memorizing random vocabulary.
Absolutely.
Can I tell you something funny?
Of course.
Last month, I learned the word microwave.
That's useful.
Yes, but nobody asked me about microwaves.
That's true.
But almost every day, someone asks me, how's it going? And I never practice answering it naturally.
That's such a good example.
I focused on unusual words instead of common conversations.
Many learners do exactly the same thing.
So maybe the question isn't how many words do I know?
Right.
Maybe it's how many conversations can I have?
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Let's practice a few everyday expressions.
Great idea.
Listen carefully. How's it going? Your turn.
I'm doing pretty well.
Now you try.
That sounds like a good idea.
Your turn.
I'm looking forward to the weekend.
Say it with me.
It depends.
Your turn.
I'm not sure yet.
One more time.
Those short expressions appear in conversations every single day.
I already feel like they're easier to remember because they have a real purpose.
Exactly. Our brains remember useful information better than random information.
Here's another question. Should learners watch English with subtitles?
That's a good question. The answer is yes, but not forever.
What do you mean?
At the beginning, subtitles can help you connect the sounds with the words, but little by little, try listening without reading everything.
Even if I miss some parts?
Yes, listening is like exercising a muscle. If subtitles do all the work, your ears don't get enough practice.
So I could watch a short video once with subtitles and then watch it again without them.
That's an excellent habit.
And maybe I'll notice more expressions the second time.
Exactly. You'll hear familiar phrases instead of trying to catch every single word.
That actually sounds much less stressful.
Learning English doesn't have to feel difficult every day. Sometimes the biggest improvement comes from changing the way you pay attention.
Speaking of paying attention, there's one small daily challenge that only takes a few minutes, but it can completely change how comfortable you feel speaking English.
You mentioned a small daily challenge that only takes a few minutes. I like the sound of that.
Me too. Sometimes people think learning only counts if it takes an hour, but a few focused minutes can be surprisingly effective.
So, what's the challenge?
Every day, choose one simple question and answer it in English.
Just one question?
Just one. The important thing is to answer it naturally.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. The question could be, what did you do today?
Okay, I might answer, I worked in the morning, then I had lunch with a friend. After that, I went home and watched a movie.
That's perfect. You don't need a long answer. You're simply training your brain to organize ideas in English.
I think that's much less stressful than trying to talk for 5 minutes.
Exactly. Small successes build confidence.
What are some other good questions?
Here are a few. What are you doing this weekend? What's your favorite food? What made you smile today? What do you want to learn this month?
Those are all questions people ask in real conversations.
That's why they're so useful.
I have another idea. What if I answer the same question again a few days later?
That's actually a great habit. You'll probably notice that your second answer sounds smoother than your first one.
Because I've already practiced it once.
Exactly. Repetition isn't boring when you're becoming more confident.
That reminds me of when I learned to ride a bicycle.
Tell me about it.
The first few days felt impossible. I kept losing my balance.
That's normal.
Then one day, I realized I wasn't thinking about every movement anymore.
That's a wonderful comparison.
Learning English feels similar.
It really does. At first, you think about every word. Later, you start thinking about your ideas instead.
And that's when conversations become enjoyable.
Exactly.
I think many learners worry too much about making mistakes.
That's true. Let me ask you something. If a friend was learning your language and made a small grammar mistake, would you laugh at them?
Of course not.
You'd probably appreciate that they were trying.
Definitely.
Native English speakers often feel the same way. Most people are happy that you're making the effort to communicate.
That's comforting to hear. Remember, communication is the goal, perfection is not.
That's an important message.
Let's learn another useful expression today.
Sounds good.
The expression is little by little.
I hear that phrase quite often,
It means something happens slowly over time.
like improving English,
Exactly. You could say, my English is improving little by little.
or I'm becoming more confident little by little.
Perfect.
I like expressions that are easy to use every day.
Me too. Those are the expressions that stay with you.
Should we practice them?
Absolutely.
Listen carefully.
My English is improving little by little.
Your turn.
I answer one question every day.
Now you try.
Practice makes speaking easier.
Your turn.
I don't need to be perfect.
Say it with me.
I enjoy learning English.
Your turn.
Excellent.
I think many people imagine that fluent speakers study all day.
That's a common misunderstanding.
But after today's conversation, I'm starting to believe that consistency is more important than long study sessions.
I agree. Imagine two learners.
Okay.
One studies for 4 hours on Saturday and then doesn't use English again all week.
And the other?
The second learner spends 15 minutes with English every day. They listen to a podcast while walking, describe their morning in English, answer one daily question, and notice useful expressions.
I think I know who will improve faster.
Most of the time, the second learner.
Because English becomes part of everyday life.
Exactly. Language grows through regular contact.
That makes so much sense.
But there's one more habit that many confident English speakers use, and surprisingly, it has nothing to do with learning new vocabulary.
You said there's another habit that confident English speakers use, and it isn't about learning more vocabulary. Now I'm really interested.
It's the habit of thinking in English instead of translating everything.
That sounds difficult.
It feels difficult at first, but it becomes easier with practice.
I think I translate almost every sentence in my head.
That's very common. Many learners hear English, translate it into their first language, think of an answer, and then translate it back into English.
Which takes a lot of time.
Exactly. That's why conversations can feel stressful.
So, how can we stop translating?
Don't try to stop all at once. Start with very simple thoughts.
What kind of thoughts?
Things like, I'm tired. It's raining. I'm hungry. This coffee tastes good.
Those are thoughts I have almost every day.
That's the idea. Instead of translating those thoughts, say them directly in English.
Even if it's only one sentence.
Yes, one sentence becomes two, two become five. Little by little, your brain starts choosing English naturally.
I like that approach because it doesn't feel overwhelming.
Exactly. You're training your brain instead of forcing it.
I remember something that happened a few weeks ago.
What happened?
I was waiting for a bus, and without thinking, I looked at the sky and said, "It's going to rain."
In English?
Yes. It surprised me.
That's a wonderful sign of progress.
Why?
Because you didn't translate first. The English sentence came naturally.
I didn't even notice until a few seconds later.
That's exactly what we're aiming for.
So, fluency isn't about speaking fast.
Right. Fluency is about expressing your ideas smoothly.
That changes the way I think about learning.
Here's another simple exercise. Look around the room and name 5 things in English.
Okay. Chair,
Good.
window,
Nice. Laptop. Great.
water bottle,
Excellent.
backpack.
Perfect. Now make a sentence with each one.
The chair is comfortable.
Good.
The window is open.
Very natural.
My laptop is on the desk.
Excellent.
The water bottle is almost empty.
Great.
My backpack is ready for tomorrow.
See? You just practiced speaking without opening a textbook.
You're right. That only took about a minute.
And you can do it anywhere.
At home, at work, or even in a coffee shop.
Exactly.
Let's learn another youthful expression today.
Good idea. Today's expression is take your time.
I hear people say that often.
It means there's no need to hurry.
So if someone is answering a question slowly, I can say, take your time.
Exactly.
That's a kind expression.
It is, and it's useful in everyday conversations.
Can you give another example?
Of course. Take your time, I'm not in a hurry.
That's easy to remember.
Let's practice.
Listen carefully.
Take your time.
Your turn.
I'm thinking in English.
Now you try.
I don't translate every sentence.
Your turn.
Simple thoughts become easy conversations.
Say it with me.
English is becoming more natural.
Your turn.
Excellent work.
You know what I've noticed?
What's that?
None of the habits we've talked about today are difficult.
That's true.
Listening while doing chores, talking to yourself, noticing useful expressions, answering one daily question, and thinking simple thoughts in English.
Exactly. None of them require expensive courses or hours of extra study.
They just require consistency.
And that's where real improvement happens.
But what happens when we lose motivation? I think every learner experiences that sooner or later.
That's a great question because motivation comes and goes. The real secret is learning how to keep going even on the days when you don't feel like practicing.
That's a great question because motivation comes and goes. The real secret is learning how to keep going even on the days when you don't feel like practicing.
That's exactly great. People often wait until they feel motivated, but successful learners usually rely on habits instead.
What's the difference?
Motivation is a feeling. Habits are something you do automatically.
So if I only practice when I feel excited, I'll probably miss a lot of days.
That's right. But it's practicing English becomes part of your routine. You don't have to make a decision every day.
Kind of like brushing your teeth.
That's a perfect example. Most people don't wake up thinking, do I feel motivated to brush my teeth today?
They just do it.
Exactly. Imagine if English became that natural.
That would remove a lot of pressure.
It really would. Even 10 minutes every day is better than 2 hours once a month.
I think many learners expect every practice session to be amazing.
But that's not realistic.
Some days you'll feel energetic, and other days you'll feel tired.
And both kinds of days count. The important thing is showing up.
That reminds me of something my friend told me.
What did your friend say?
He said, don't try to be perfect, just don't stop.
I love that advice.
At first, I didn't understand it.
And now?
Now I realize that small progress every day is much better than waiting for the perfect moment.
Exactly. Progress is built one day at a time. Here's something I've struggled with. Sometimes I miss a few days of practice and then I feel guilty.
That's completely normal.
Then I think, well, I already missed 3 days, so maybe I'll start next week.
That's a trap many learners fall into.
So what should I do instead?
Start again immediately. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for next month. Just continue today.
Even if today's practice is only 5 minutes?
Especially if it's only 5 minutes. 5 minutes keeps the habit alive.
I never thought about it that way.
Think of habits like a path through a forest. Every time you walk the path, it becomes easier to follow.
I like that image.
If you stop walking for a long time, plants begin to grow over the path.
But the path is still there.
Exactly. You simply start walking again.
That's encouraging.
Let's do a short role play.
Sounds good.
Imagine I'm asking about your English practice.
Okay.
Have you practiced English today?
Yes, I listened to an English podcast while walking.
Nice. How long did you practice?
About 15 minutes.
That's great. What did you learn?
I learned the new expression and practiced speaking out loud.
Excellent. That's a realistic conversation you might actually have.
And the vocabulary is simple.
Exactly. Everyday English is often simple.
Let's learn another useful phrase.
Today's phrase is keep going.
That's a good one.
It means don't stop, continue what you're doing.
So if my friend is learning English, I can say, keep going, you're doing well.
Perfect.
Can I also tell that to myself?
Absolutely. In fact, that's a great habit.
Positive self talk.
Exactly.
Let's practice together.
Listen carefully.
Keep going.
Your turn.
I practice a little every day.
Now you try.
Small progress is still progress.
Your turn.
I don't give up easily.
Say it again.
Every day is a new chance to practice.
Your turn.
Excellent.
Before we move on, I'd like our listeners to remember one important idea.
What's that?
Don't compare yourself to someone who's been learning English for 10 years.
Compare yourself to the person you were last month.
Exactly. That's the comparison that really matters.
I think that's something many people need to hear.
Me too, because confidence doesn't come from being better than someone else. It comes from noticing your own progress.
And sometimes that progress is easier to see than we realize.
That's true. In fact, there's a simple way to measure your improvement that doesn't involve taking a test, and it might surprise you. You said there's a simple way to measure your improvement without taking a test. I'm interested because tests always make me nervous.
A lot of people feel that way. But here's the good news. Real progress often shows up in everyday moments, not in exam scores.
What kind of moments?
For example, you watch an English video and suddenly realize you understood almost everything without subtitles.
That's actually happened to me a few times.
That's progress.
Or maybe I answer someone's question in English without stopping for a long time.
Exactly. That's another sign.
So improvement isn't only about learning new words.
Right. It's also about becoming faster, calmer, and more comfortable.
I never thought about comfort as a way to measure progress.
It's one of the biggest signs. Imagine two learners with the same vocabulary.
Okay.
One learner is afraid to speak. The other learner speaks confidently, even with a few mistakes.
I'd say the confident learner communicates better.
Most of the time, yes.
That's encouraging because confidence can grow through practice.
Exactly. I remember my first English conversation online.
How did it go?
Honestly, I was so nervous that I forgot very simple words.
That's completely normal.
But after talking for about 10 minutes, I started to relax.
Your brain needed time to settle down.
Yes, and by the end of the conversation, I was speaking much more naturally.
That's why it's important not to judge yourself during the first minute of speaking.
That's a great point.
Give yourself time to warm up.
Just like we talked about warming up your listening earlier.
Exactly. The same idea applies to speaking.
Here's something I've started doing recently.
Tell me.
I record myself speaking for 1 minute.
That's an excellent habit.
At first, I didn't enjoy hearing my own voice.
Most people don't.
But after a few weeks, I noticed that my pauses weren't as often.
That's wonderful.
I also noticed that my pronunciation became clearer,
See? That's real evidence of improvement.
and I didn't need a teacher to tell me.
Exactly. You became your own coach.
Should learners listen to those recordings?
Absolutely. Not to criticize themselves, but to notice progress.
That's an important difference.
Instead of asking, was I perfect, ask, am I improving?
I like that question much better.
Me too.
Let's learn another useful expression.
Today's expression is step by step.
That's similar to little by little.
Yes, they're very close. Step by step emphasizes gradual progress.
Can you give an example?
Of course, I'm improving my English step by step.
That's easy to remember.
You could also say, we'll solve the problem step by step.
Nice. I'll use that one.
Let's practice together.
Listen carefully.
I'm improving step by step.
Your turn.
I understand more every week.
Now you try.
I feel more confident today.
Your turn.
I enjoy practicing English.
Say it with me.
I can see my progress.
Your turn.
Excellent.
You know what surprises me most about today's conversation?
What's that?
We haven't talked much about grammar rules.
That's true.
Yet, I still feel like I've learned a lot about becoming a better English speaker.
Because grammar is only one piece of the puzzle.
Communication is much bigger than grammar.
Exactly. Listening, confidence, habits, useful expressions, and regular practice all work together.
It's like building a house.
That's a great comparison.
Grammar's important, but you also need walls, windows, doors, and a roof.
Exactly. A strong English foundation is built from small habits.
And speaking of habits, I think we should finish today's episode by creating a simple daily routine that our listeners can actually follow without feeling overwhelmed.
I think we should finish today's episode by creating a simple daily routine that our listeners can actually follow without feeling overwhelmed.
I love that idea. One of the biggest mistakes learners make is trying to change everything at once.
They make a huge plan.
Exactly. They decide to study 3 hours every day, memorize 50 new words, watch 2 English movies, and read an English book.
That sounds exhausting.
It usually is. And after a few days, many people give up because the plan is too difficult.
So today we're going to make a much simpler routine.
Yes, a routine that fits into a normal day.
Let's start in the morning.
Great. When you wake up, spend just 1 minute thinking in English.
Simple thoughts?
Exactly. You can say, "Good morning. I'm feeling tired. Today is going to be busy. I need some breakfast."
That only takes a minute or two.
Right. Then, while you're getting ready or traveling, listen to English for 10 or 15 minutes.
A podcast is perfect for that.
Yes, don't worry if you don't understand every sentence. Just keep listening.
Then what?
During the day, notice one useful phrase.
Just one?
Just one. For example, "That makes sense."
I like that expression.
It's very common.
I could also notice something like, I'll think about it.
Perfect. That's another expression native speakers use all the time.
Then I try to use it later.
Exactly. That's much more effective than collecting dozens of phrases you'll never say.
What about the evening?
Before going to bed, answer one simple question in English.
Like, what was the best part of my day?
That's a great question. My answer might be, "The best part of my day was having lunch with my coworkers."
Excellent.
Or, "I enjoyed going for a walk after dinner."
Perfect. You're practicing real communication.
And the whole routine doesn't take very long.
That's the beauty of it. Small habits are easier to repeat.
I think consistency is becoming the biggest lesson of today's episode.
I agree.
Let's imagine 2 friends.
Okay.
The first friend studies English for 5 hours one Saturday, then forgets about it for the next 2 weeks.
And the second friend.
The second friend listens to English for 15 minutes every day, thinks in English every morning, and practices one question every night.
Which friend do you think will become more comfortable speaking after 6 months?
Definitely the second friend.
Me too. Language grows through regular exposure.
Not through one perfect study session.
Exactly.
Let's learn our final expression before we wrap up.
Good idea. Today's expression is stick with it.
What does that mean?
It means continue doing something even when it's difficult.
So if someone wants to improve their English, I can say, "Stick with it."
Exactly.
That's a very encouraging expression.
It really is.
Can you give another example?
Sure. Learning a language takes time, but stick with it.
I like that one.
Let's practice together.
Listen carefully.
Stick with it.
Your turn.
I practice every single day.
Now you try.
Small habits create big results.
Your turn.
English is becoming part of my life.
Say it with me.
I believe in my progress.
Your turn.
Excellent work.
Before we finish, can we quickly review today's biggest ideas?
Of course. Listen to English during your daily activities.
Talk to yourself using simple sentences.
Learn useful phrases instead of isolated words.
Think in English whenever you can.
Practice a little every day.
Don't be afraid of making mistakes.
Celebrate small improvements.
And most importantly,
Stick with it.
I think many listeners will realize that they already have enough time to improve their English.
I think so too. They don't need more hours in the day, they just need to use the small moments they already have.
That's a wonderful way to think about it.
There's just one final idea I'd like to leave everyone with. It's probably the most important lesson of today's conversation, and it can completely change the way you see your English journey.
You said there's one final idea that can completely change the way people see their English journey? I'm ready to hear it.
Here it is. Stop asking yourself, how long will it take me to become fluent?
Really?
Yes. Instead, ask yourself, how can I enjoy using English today?
That's a very different question.
It is. When people only focus on fluency, they often feel frustrated because it seems far away.
But if I focus on today, I can actually do something.
Exactly. You can listen to a podcast. You can think in English while making breakfast. You can learn one useful expression. You can answer one simple question.
Those are things I can do today.
And when you repeat those small actions day after day, your English improves almost without you noticing.
I think that's why today's title's so interesting.
How so?
Because improving your English without studying doesn't mean doing nothing.
Exactly.
It means learning naturally through your daily life.
That's the message we wanted to share.
I have one last question.
Go ahead.
What if someone listening today feels like they're starting from the beginning?
Then I'd tell them not to worry. Every fluent English speaker started with simple words and short sentences.
Nobody begins by speaking perfectly.
That's right. Every conversation, every mistake, and every small success becomes part of your progress.
I think that's encouraging.
Let me tell you a short story before we finish.
I'd love to hear it.
Imagine two seeds planted on the same day.
Okay.
One person digs up the first seed every morning to check if it's growing.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
It isn't. The second person waters the other seed every day and patiently waits.
I know which one grows.
Exactly. Learning English is similar. If you spend every day worrying about whether you're fluent yet, you won't enjoy the process.
But if you keep practicing and trust the process, your skills will grow over time.
Exactly.
That's a beautiful comparison.
Thank you.
Before we say goodbye, let's do one final shadowing practice.
Great idea.
Listen carefully.
I improve my English every day.
Your turn.
Small habits make a big difference.
Now you try.
I enjoy learning English.
Your turn.
I don't need to be perfect.
Say it with me.
I keep going, even on difficult days.
Your turn.
English is becoming a natural part of my life.
Your turn.
I believe in myself.
Say it again.
I can communicate with confidence.
Your turn.
Wonderful job.
I hope everyone listening feels a little more relaxed about learning English.
I hope so too. Remember, you don't have to study every free minute to become a better English speaker.
You can learn while walking, cooking, driving, cleaning, or waiting in line.
You can notice useful expressions.
You can think simple thoughts in English.
You can practice speaking to yourself.
You can listen every day.
And most importantly, you can enjoy the journey.
Because when learning becomes enjoyable, it's much easier to stay consistent.
Exactly. Consistency is much more powerful than perfection.
If today's conversation inspires you to change just one small habit, that's already a wonderful beginning.
Start with something simple. Listen to 10 minutes of English tomorrow. Answer one question in English before bed. Learn one useful phrase. That's enough.
Then do it again the next day.
And the day after that.
Months from now, you'll look back and realize just how far you've come.
We truly believe you can do it.
Keep practicing,
Keep listening
keep speaking.
and keep believing in your progress.
Thanks for spending this time with us today.
We hope this conversation reminded you that improving your English doesn't have to feel stressful.
It can become a natural, enjoyable part of your everyday life.
Until next time, take your time, keep going, and enjoy every step of your English journey.